Police officers think they have all the authority in the world to do as they wish. However, today we'll be going through cases where corrupt cops were owned pretty badly by their fellow officers, just like these cops who absolutely went against each other.
Hello.
Are you Sheriff Davidson? I'm going to SWAT call out.
Okay, sir, this is Polio. Could you do an 85 and a 55?
I was going
Where?
call out.
Where are we going?
The SWAT call out right over here.
I didn't know we had one.
We have an armed guy barricaded in the house. He used to be a police officer. And
Where at?
right down here on...
Here in Lexington?
Yeah.
We have an armed person we don't know about.
The individual caught speeding was a Cleveland County Sheriff, Chris Amazon, who was hurrying to a SWAT call. Surprisingly, the Lexington Police Department were unaware of this situation. That's when the officer went over to contact the police chief, inquiring about the situation.
All right, I'll call our chief and let him know. 301 next. 301. According to the Cleveland County Sheriff, we have a hostage situation at that location.
Moments later, the Lexington police chief, Ronnie Johnson himself, appeared on the scene as he seemed visibly upset for being kept unaware of the incident. Soon, he was about to let out his anger.
Captain Tom? Captain Hawk?
Yeah.
Where's the name? Excuse me, sir. What's going on here?
We've realized that I'd like to know what's going on in my own city.
We would have notified you, sir.
We would have?
Yeah.
Well, hold on. I've been at the city. I've been down there at the PD all day.
According to the call, it says Lexington was notified, they refused to respond according to our call.
Sit down here, guys.
Okay, I don't know who the said that.
First of all, sir, I know you're the chief. You're not going to talk to me like that. I'm just telling you
I
what the call says.
I don't appreciate all of this going on and nobody notified me thing about it.
I'm sorry, what's your name?
As the chief vented out his frustration, Deputy Szymanski attempted to interject, which the officers didn't like and went over to confront him.
Sir,
Hey, he's a lieutenant.
I am too.
That's right.
You're not going to talk about chief like that, sir. That's not going to happen.
You can get the out of my face. I don't give a who you are.
You know what I said.
Okay? This is my county, too.
Back up, man. Back up. No, you don't.
He just said, what
This is going to be good.
according to
Okay?
the call,
You need to stop.
Lexington PD was notified.
Chill out. Back up. Everything's going to be okay. But you need to back up.
I get it that
you're chief.
You can back up.
Negative.
Deputy Szymanski didn't hold back and had no respect for his compatriots. He then proceeded to do something which escalated the already tense situation.
This right here ain't what
We're not going to be disrespectful.
Okay?
Sheriff, you need to back up out of my face, sir.
You have no authority.
You're not going to tell me what to do, You're not going to get in my sheriff's face.
you want to do that?
Just like you told me.
Your hands off me, man.
Back up, John.
Pull him back.
No, he
He's
just
in the
came up
sheriff's
to my
face.
face and said the same
Go to jail.
Stop.
He's getting ready to go to jail.
Stop.
Both of you need to back off. This is our operation. This is our county. Understand?
Oh, yeah. Perfectly clear.
Go 10-8.
Perfectly clear. Come on. Let's run that.
I want that lieutenant's name so I can put his hands on me.
Following the altercation, Chief Johnson and the officer decided to depart the scene, leaving the incident to the sheriff's department. Johnson later came on media to assert that this wasn't the first instance the Cleveland County Sheriff's Office kept them out of the loop. The Cleveland County Sheriff's Office also took notice of the sad incident and released a statement where they expressed remorse over the incident and also attempted to provide a context for the actions of their deputy. We can only hope for an honest investigation, but given that the investigation is being held within the department, our expectations for a positive and just outcome are limited. However, this wasn't the first time there was a dispute between police officers and sheriff deputies, as this one inside a jail was even more intense.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way.
On July 16, 2022, several Columbus police officers arrived at the Muskogee County Jail with their detainees, only to find out that they were not welcome inside. A day ago, the jail run by the Sheriff's County Office decided to change the first come come first serve policy and instead decided to book deputies prisoners, then state troopers, and then the police officers. The officers, however, without any prior knowledge of this fact, were left stranded outside the building.
Hey, Snipes, they're still denying us. God bless America. They won't let us in.
They won't let y'all in. They won't let me in.
Ain't that right?
No, you go in there before us, I'm gonna raise hell.
Watch this.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna file a complaint, a legitimate
That
complaint.
might look good. A mean bun. Go at home. Boom. Out of there.
Central, SB1, please.
Lieutenant Ness are about to get a complaint. 100%. That is the most unprofessional thing I've ever seen in my life.
Hey.
What do you think? How my legs so bad? I don't know.
As a sheriff's deputy arrived on the spot, he straight away cut the line and went inside. The officers, who were already pretty tense, were agitated seeing this behavior, prompting another deputy to come out and explain everything.
Wait a minute.
Oh, don't yell it. Don't start yelling. Hey, come on. Come on.
All right, I'm gonna file a complaint.
That's fine. That's fine. Good, how are you? Y'all have directives, I have directives. Sheriff says ain't nobody coming in, only 5 at a time. SO and GSP has priority.
So, SO has priority,
And
even
GSP and
though...
then you guys. I mean, this is beyond my control. I don't have anything, so don't yell at me. All right. As soon as that last one gets cleared, I'm gonna bring in 5.
Hey, yeah, unless another SO unit shows up.
This is not my decision.
Every officer from the Columbus Police Department was extremely upset on this behavior, and they also made sure to let their feelings known.
Because I'm about to have a stroke. This is a failure of justice.
And the jail does not like us, so we have 5 people sitting here outside waiting. That's wonderful. The sheriff is very pissed with us, okay? And he runs the jail, so.
Amidst this, one of the officers parked his car in a manner that blocked the deputy's vehicle, who had cut them off earlier. Now, this behavior was set to trigger the sheriff deputy, who was extremely flustered.
Them goddamn supervisors can.
I understand. I get that.
So I can get the out the way. All right, so I got a call to go to. I can't go to the car because y'all want to play stupid ass childish game.
At this point, tensions were escalating as one of the officers even went ahead to grab his weapon. Deputy Adkins, on the other hand, was still trying to get the vehicle away so he could get out of the jail premises.
I'm gonna go get my stuff because this is getting stupid. I'm not gonna be de-armed outside of the jail.
You need to get somebody to get the goddamn car so I can get out. They want to play games, y'all ain't letting them in, so they don't want to let me out. I hope I don't see you getting your ass whooped on the street, because I'm gonna drive the by, and you can tell your goddamn supervisor and everybody else I see that shit. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Do it. I'll see you in the car because I got a goddamn car to go to. And you don't want to move the goddamn car. Huh? Yeah. Don't stop for me. Don't stop for me. Don't move the away for me.
As the Columbus police officers refused to move the car aside, the sheriff's deputies had to contact their chief in an attempt to find a resolution.
I don't know, but I'm probably gonna quit. This is so stupid.
Back it up so we don't have to bring his ass.
Listen, man, I'm only doing what my supervisor told me. I understand. This is ridiculous, and I hate that I'm dealing with this shit. But you're gonna have to talk to the sergeant over there.
No, I'll be talking to the chief. Hey, Chief, I'm sorry. We got a situation over here. We got CPD won't let our guys out, and they're about to go to blows. I'm asking your CPD officer to back up his car, and he's saying that his supervisor told him not to let it.
And again, no one on our side is threatening.
We're having a tit for tat over here. Hold on. Roll down your window.
The situation was starting to get heated up as more and more pressure was being put on the poor officer who had been assigned to block the deputy's car. Meanwhile, additional police calls were coming in, which they kept on ignoring.
playing these games. This is retarded.
Yes.
I know most of us are kind of at a standstill. Do I have anybody on Forest Road reference to 7511?
Hey, Sarge, we got him.
We're all standing on the wall of the jail.
What car is it? Hey, move your car, bro.
Fantastic.
All right, I don't get who your sergeant is.
Hey, he's with the chief.
Okay.
Sarge, he's with the chief. He's with the chief. Sarge.
What's your name?
Got there and started rolling up and they shut it right before I got there.
Give him a second. Give him a second. I hear you.
What is in Sally Port? Yes, sir.
Now go ahead and back it up. Back it up. All right.
Just as it seemed the officer might cause the matter to end, the sergeant stormed out, refusing to reconcile with the sheriff's deputies.
Hey, Fairbanks, no. You stay right there, man.
Hey, Sarge. Sarge. Now your sergeant over here telling him not to move.
It's locked.
Chief said he's not moving. We got to get somebody over here. We got to put this. This ain't respectful.
Hey, they got my guy locked in. What I got to do with this shit? Like,
I don't want to fight. Everybody in. Everybody in.
The situation was heating up, and a supervisor had to calm his deputies down as he moved them in. Maybe the police officers seemed to have overreacted. Well, this female officer clearly had a different perspective on the matter.
I try to get through, and they immediately halfway open it, shut it on me, and I hear through there's a deputy standing behind the radio. That female officer's trying to get into the door. Do not let her in that door. Do not let any officer through that door.
From PD.
From the jailer. The jailers are saying that through their radio. So they won't even let us through the door. There's one person inside there, and now they booked the sheriff guys out, and he's like screaming at us to move our vehicles. They won't even let any of our guys in. They won't book any of our guys. They won't even let us in to use the bathroom, nothing. Nothing.
I think this is where.
This is it.
This is as bad as it can get.
Like, we can't principal someone's crime, man.
It appeared that the jail, which came under the jurisdiction of the sheriff's office, might have gone against the police officers, as they were visibly upset by the treatment.
This guy's got a call, but then my sergeant's telling me not to move.
Right. I have this.
And then when I started backing up, he told me to stop and get to him.
What about arrested all of them for not doing their job?
Right. Okay.
This is
crazy.
Embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the keys in there, dude. I really not wanting to be a part of to get charged with a crime, dude, for a stand, dude. I'm telling you right now, bro.
I'm transferring.
Possession Schedule 2, obstruction, and drug-related objects.
So far, it's all felons. All right.
Get in your car before you people outside.
The officer stood and waited outside the jail for hours, but nothing seemed to work in their favor. Dejected by this behavior, they decided to take their prisoners to 6th Avenue.
Man, damn court date and let me go to court. All CPD prisoners at the jail, just leave me out there on in between the street, between the building of the SO and the CPD. We'll have our meeting there.
Let's have a seat. Watch your head, okay?
It's sad, man. They doing this shit.
Watch your legs, okay?
And also said he was going to ram the car, so.
Oh, yeah, he said he's going to run into the car.
So, I mean.
He's going to pass right by us if he ever sees us getting our ass beat on the street.
This is rock bottom.
Stop recording.
Eventually, the police officers had to release their prisoners with a court summons, requiring the inmates to return to court later this month. It was indeed a sad incident to view, and what's even more troubling is the fact that during this encounter, a robbery was taking place, and none of the officers even attempted to reach there. Later, however, the sheriff and the Columbus police chief met and set aside their differences. The sheriff also released a statement claiming that their relations are still intact, and both of them have continued to work together to this day. Well, that was a tough night, but what happens when a police officer is caught breaking the law by his superiors?
I can't go right there. You're going now. Okay, well, what if I don't? we gonna have a problem.
It all began on January 13th, 2021, when a distressed caller informed the Bossier City Police Department about a police unit being driven erratically. She also claimed that the driver almost hit the mailbox and swerved into the opposite lanes as well. Moments later, 2 supervisors from the police department contacted the driver and went over to talk to him in a grocery store parking lot.
That was a driver. Driving fine. He pulls a little bit to the right. Other than that, unless I drop something or whatever, hit the curb or whatever, or in the middle of the line, but I usually go around the car if you like. So you got off? Probably, I don't know. You got off at 6 o'clock today? I did. I got 2 kids. Did you go straight to bed or what was the deal? No, I did. So you've been up since last night? I have.
The driver was found to be the off-duty police officer, Travis Coker. As one of the supervisors went over to search Coker's car, he discovered something suspicious.
The Adderall? What is it? The Exotram? Or what do you call it? Yeah. They call it the business. Say you take a couple of these? No, not today. No. Not a one. That Frank died. I gave that to him. So you think you're good to go for driving? 100%. And look, ain't nobody trying to get a car. No, I know. And that's why I had been asleep. I was trying to get everything arranged. Got home, got the kids on the school bus, met Betty. Got all that situated, just trying to pick the house up. He didn't use prescription. He can't walk. So I'm sitting there waiting for me.
Coker claimed to be completely okay and had not taken any meds that day. That's when the supervisor came back and proposed a simple test to him. But Coker appeared hesitant, signifying that he might be guilty.
Sorry, I can't go there. I got a sick kid at home. I can't. That's why I'm trying to get back to you. I'm trying to get Betty's prescription. Can't even go. I'll be glad to come up there just a little bit. But I don't feel safe with you driving right now. Okay, well, can I get somebody to come get me? I promise you, Lieutenant Cap, I am fine. If I hit something, it was dropping my phone. It ain't the sleep. Well, listen to me. We're going to have to go this route, what I just told you. Okay, I'm saying I can't do that right now. You don't have no other choice. I'm telling you that right now.
Officer Coker wanted to dodge the drug test, and despite the supervisor's multiple requests, he remained intact.
All due respect, when I get off, I have obligations to things. That's why I couldn't go tonight to the there. But I'm making it work. But I have to get back on it. We're not going to have a discussion. You're going to WK. You're going down. Cap, I can't go right this second. You're going down. Okay, well, what if I don't? We're going to have a problem. What's the problem? You probably administrative leave. For what? Because I can't go right this second because I'm on my off time?
Listen to me. You're operating.
I wasn't even driving.
Coker.
Captain, I love you to death. I mean, but you put me in a bad spot. Captain, I'm in the only spot I can be in, man. I'm trying to take care of my family. You're going to have to go with him, okay? I can't go there right now, Captain.
Coker insisted that he wasn't ready for the test at that moment. However, he assured them that he'd return to the department after he paid a visit back home. But the officers weren't too pleased with his behavior.
If you was in your POV, and listen, I would be. Listen in the shop. If you was in your POV, we wouldn't be out here right now. I know that. But you in the city vehicle. Right. And it's her word against. She don't. Did she got some videotape? Listen to me.
This is not court. I mean? This is an administrative deal.
I know that, but I'm just saying. Anybody's out there, the police. Like I said, if I drop my phone and run over the line, I'm not doubting that. Yes, sir. But I have to get to. Give me 35 minutes. I'll come back and do whatever you want me to do. Can't do that. Okay, well, can I get somebody to come get me?
No, you gotta
come with us. If you refuse, we're not gonna have no choice but to put you on administrative. And what does that mean? That means that we have to take your gun, take your badge, and then we gotta go to the chief's office.
The supervisors even threatened to have him placed on leave if he failed to comply with them. Despite this threat, Coker remained adamant about returning home.
Are you gonna take the test, or you're not gonna take the test? I will take the test today. I just can't take it right this second.
So here's the deal, to make it perfectly clear.
What he's explaining to you
Yes, sir. And
is
on y'all's
that
team.
he and the captain are giving you an order. Being in patrol administration, okay, you're under their command that you have to submit to reasonable suspicion testing.
There is
for the
what is the
department.
reasonable suspicion?
It's not
But,
for debate. Listen to
I'm just saying, explain to me the
Coker,
reasonable suspicion.
you're arguing. Look,
I'm asking.
Okay,
Sergeant, don't worry about it. He's been policing long enough. It's not a detective. If you don't understand what we're saying right now, you're not gonna never understand what we're saying. Okay, so we just think about it. I'm just asking.
One of the supervisors reached a breaking point as he was surprised to see the level of ignorance being shown by an officer.
I'm on the phone with one of the deputy chiefs. He said, you gotta go for reasonable suspicion that something, you gotta go.
I can't go right this second. Can you give me 30 minutes?
And we're gonna make sure whatever your family needs are, we'll make sure those family needs are taken care of.
I have to take care of it. My mother died 2 weeks ago. I have a daddy that I didn't ask for this. Captain, I'm not trying to make your job hard. None of y'all's job hard. Y'all know me.
You're doing a good job making it hard, bro.
I mean, I'm not. Man, you're making mine hard because I got nothing said I had to go home and go to sleep. Am I gonna go to sleep? Yeah. But I had to think. That's the night thing. I told you. I'm juggling it the best I can. The very best I can. I go to work every day. I'm there at 10 o'clock.
Are you going to submit to the testing or not?
I will go to any test y'all want me to go to. Just give me just a little bit of time.
Can't do that.
I will grab a POV back there.
At this point, it was adamantly clear that Mr. Coker was just being dishonest as he was creating stuff, something which he continued to do so in the next few minutes.
Yeah, we are.
And you say you got family that you
I
can
do.
take
I
care
got
of?
fan. I'm on my off day.
Yeah, I understand that. But you in our car.
Right, I am in your car,
Right.
which I was not driving when y'all pulled up.
Okay.
But it's somebody that don't like the police, Captain. Is there something wrong with your car?
It doesn't matter.
It does matter.
It doesn't. This is not a DWI.
Right, I know it's not. I ain't drink or drive.
You know you're not getting back in the car to drive.
That's fine. I'm gonna get my stuff out of it.
When?
Right now. It's my stuff. I can believe I can get it. It's my personal stuff.
Take a chance of being terminated. I'm not saying that's gonna happen.
But over what, Captain?
Because right now, the way you're acting, we're trying to do our job. We're trying to do something. You all being respectful.
I'm being as respectful as I can be.
Are you going, yes or no?
Captain, I have an obligation at home. I'm off. I'm not going right now.
It's a yes or no answer.
I'm not going right now. Okay. Can I get my personal stuff out of my car? I guarantee you we can look around and everybody's broke policy.
Okay.
They got body cameras on? No. That's against policy.
Seeing the situation deteriorate and the supervisors not granting him any leverage, Mr. Coker started to get confrontational and even rude at times.
Listen, you don't understand, Coker. I got the keys to the car.
I need that money.
Yeah, you get. Yeah,
Captain,
we're
can I
gonna
get
get
my money?
We're gonna
Get
get
you
you
the money.
Nobody trying to keep your money from you.
Nobody gonna keep your money.
Well, why can't I get it now?
Step to the front, car.
You can get it from
Hey, stand in front of us.
Good, how are you?
now I'm in trouble now?
No.
What, I need to stand in front of the damn vehicle?
Because I said so, that's what.
So, who are you to say so? You ain't no right to me today.
At this point, I don't trust you, man.
I don't care if you trust me or
I
not.
don't want you near me.
That's fine. I don't want you near me. How about that? I'm not under arrest. Can you grab my bucket of dip sitting out there under the seat?
There's no possible explanation as to why would Coker be so against the test, apart from the fact that he knew he was under the influence of a substance.
Y'all treat me like shit. Ain't mad at none of y'all.
We gotta treat you like anything, Coker. We had a complaint. We gotta see through it. But you're hindering us from doing what we gotta do.
Y'all really think that I'm gonna do? Come on, man. I've got none of my prescriptions out of the car that I have to take daily.
I've told you. They've given you a direct order. You have to go submit to chemical testing.
Why? Under what ground?
They don't have to have grounds.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
Did I get pulled for a random?
It doesn't matter. Then take it up with your attorney and civil service. I suggest you do.
What it said. I've already read it. I know what it said.
However, the officers did settle with Mr. Coker as he was allowed to call someone to pick him up and eventually leave the area. Despite this, the heated altercation between the officers showed no signs of stopping.
It don't have to get escalated because the thing is you're OJ. Okay? And you might have the car, but you don't have it. Okay? And then I'm just going to cut and drive. Okay? I stand where I want to. Okay? I think I'm good. Let me tell you something. Okay, go ahead and tell me. Don't get too close. Then back up on me. I'm right here. Okay. I'm asking you to stand right there. Okay. Don't stand right there. I'm just saying, I don't want this thing to escalate. How's it going to escalate? You tell me. I'm telling you, I don't want you to get too close to me. That's how you tell me how it's going to escalate. I'm hoping it don't escalate. But what would it escalate to? I don't know. I'm just telling you. I don't know that it's going to escalate because I'm standing on the curb. I don't want it to escalate. Yeah, me, I know you don't.
Officer Coker put his entire career in jeopardy, but refused to go with the officers and give a simple test. It's strange how a law enforcement officer would disregard his job like this.
Best fucking police young guy in this fucking city. I understand.
Do you realize one thing? If you would just stop for 1 second, just think. This whole time, while we sit up here going through everything that we've gone through, you not want to go.
It's not wanting to go. Captain, I go to space where you want me to. You know that. That I have no hard feelings towards anybody. I don't know what was said that I swerved. If I dropped my phone, swerved over to the side, I'm sorry. I'm forgiving that. I really am. I don't want any. I worked with every one of you. Especially you. And I don't want any.
There, and I have no issue with you. Right. I don't, but I have.
You doing your job?
Yes,
I
have a job to do, and everything and all the sequence of events that have taken place today. Lord knows I hate it.
Meanwhile, Coker's ride came up, and that's when he decided to make it up with the officers involved. Nevertheless, it was still strange and disheartening to witness a police officer behaving like this towards his superiors. It raises the question that if that's how he is with them, how he would even behave with the general public.
You get to the station?
Yeah, go ahead, tell me. I already talked to someone.
Well, these officers might have regarded their fellow officer, but the next one completely took this official to the cleaners.
Why'd you cut the line?
Huh?
Why'd you cut the line?
I'm talking to my cousin.
No,
I'm not going on a ride.
No, I watched you though. You cut the whole line.
I'm talking to my cousin.
All these people are waiting for their kids to get off. They're not in line.
No, but I've been waiting this whole time.
This road isn't.
You can't get on here anyway. You're too tall.
What are you talking about? Yes, I can.
Not this one.
You can't get on this ride. You're too tall.
Are you discriminating against me because I'm tall?
Hey, this dude.
Both of the women did not seem to enjoy his prank, as they didn't even get it. However, things were about to change drastically when they informed the security about this. Shockingly, they went over to lie about the incident.
I mean, you can ask him, but he's not gonna let you on the ride.
You're too tall.
No, but some of us are waiting and like out there all day, and she just cut the line.
You say I'm discriminating.
All of these parents are waiting for their kids to get off the ride. None of them are waiting to get on the ride.
None of them are waiting to get on the ride. There is no line.
No, like I'm just trying to go on the ride. Go, and I thought that was you. I thought you were next to me. I looked over, it's not you.
You guys over at the kids area recently?
The kids area?
We had a description of, well, 2 white guys and a black guy.
I'm half white.
I'm sure the victim didn't really take it off.
The victim?
Too. Full assault. Said, yeah, you guys grabbed her. You had a camera. That's why I'm thinking that camera.
We grabbed her?
Whoa! Who? The ladies proceeded to complain about a sexual assault, whereas we can clearly see that the YouTubers never even touched them. The security chief didn't even try to hear Lofe's version of the story as he proceeded to take them out of the park.
We're gonna go take you guys back so she can see if she can identify you, and then we got SPD coming too. So we're just gonna.
What are you talking? Who did we grab?
I just got the report. So
this got blew way out of proportion, yo.
Grab?
Blew out of proportion. Were you there?
Talking about sex.
Who did we grab?
We don't even know we don't even know who you're talking about.
That's fine. You fit the description.
Are you a cop?
No, I'm not a cop.
All right, I'm leaving. I don't have to wait for anything. Are we under arrest?
No, but you're not going to you're also on private property.
Yeah, so we'll leave the park then. I'm not staying here with people like accusing us of sexual assault. What did we do?
We're going to bring you up to the front, and then we get the person to come see if they can identify you.
Which way's the exit? Is that the exit? Where's the exit?
The security even proceeded to alert the cops, who were on their way. All of it without even bothering to hear their side of the story. Lofe and his friend realized the huge problem and decided to leave the park.
You're taking us the wrong way.
I'm usually chill, but you can't walk up and accuse us of sexual assault. Get the f out of here.
What's your name?
Dan, and I'm the director of security.
A lot of people gonna have something to say about you, Dan.
All I asked you guys is to hold on so we can sit here and get this description.
No, I'm not holding on for anybody. Yeah, she grabbed. Dude, she touched us.
So now you were there. You just said you didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah, we were there. We didn't grab anybody. It's all on camera. Detective, dude, why are you so mad?
Because you're walking away from me. You guys just admitted you were there.
We're not under arrest, so I don't need to listen to you.
We didn't do anything.
We didn't do shit. We literally have it all on video.
Okay, well then you have nothing to worry about. Why can't you just resolve it then?
I'm not staying here to explain a situation that we didn't do anything wrong.
Security chief kept being ignorant of the matter and didn't even let them leave, claiming that the police were on their way. Despite all this, he offered nothing but a pathetic excuse for the inconvenience.
We have the entire thing on camera. That's the funny part. I might get a job at Monster Jam, so I might see you later this summer. You into monster trucks?
You really want to have small talk? Is that what you want to do, is have small talk?
I'm asking you a question. What are you doing? Why is there 3 of them? You guys brought out the whole Avengers for this.
Come over here in the security office.
Why don't we
Well,
not?
if you're innocent, then I'll tell you what.
Why don't we not? Shut the hell up. You're not getting front of the line pass. You accused us of sexual assault.
And why don't you want to talk?
Now you're not. Now you're going to apologize.
This is private property.
Oh, okay. I'll step up.
You're literally harassing us.
Weapons of any kind.
I don't give a shit who you bring. Oh my God.
She said 3 people assaulted. There is no way.
Get out of here. This dude offers front of the line passes for the inconvenience. Get out of here. It's not an inconvenience. You accused us of a felony.
I promise you right now.
That's not an inconvenience. He's the guy that gets rejected from the police academy and then goes and power trips on everybody.
Moments later, Lofe and his friends were out of the park, but were still not free to go, as they were waiting for the police officers to arrive. Shortly after, an officer arrived and started confronting the YouTuber.
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Nothing much.
Hang on a second.
Is anything the problem?
Yeah. So what's going on today?
They walked up and accused us of assault. We have the whole thing on camera. We didn't do anything.
Okay. I don't know much. I'm just trying to look into it, trying to get both sides of the story too. You're worried about recording. Everything's recording right here as well.
Are we under arrest or?
No, we're just being.
So we can leave. We can leave then.
You're being detained. Really free to look into something. If you
Okay.
want to get rough like that,
I'm not getting rough.
You have an ID with you.
Yeah.
Break it out.
Why are we being detained?
We're looking into something
I
right
don't,
now.
I don't think we committed a crime for us to be asked questions for
Yeah.
IDs and stuff.
So are we free to go?
Well, then you can go to jail if you'd like. If you're not going to identify yourself, it's
I'll identify myself, but like I'm confused.
I don't have an ID. Difficult. That's fine. We can do that.
I'm not trying to be difficult. I'm really not.
Okay. And you don't have an ID on you at all? Okay. What about you?
He's
deaf.
He's deaf?
Let me grab it.
All of them were visibly shocked at this moment and nervous as well. They had no idea that their prank would let the cops onto them in no time. Nevertheless, despite the tension, they remained composed, knowing they had not committed any wrongdoing.
All I know is Valley Fair Security called us to look into something, all right? I don't know what's going on. There's 2 sides to every story. I know that from doing this job for a long time. We're waiting to get more information from here and see what's going on, okay?
On your point of view, what happened?
Nothing.
Nothing. Like we have it all on camera.
The term that you guys just accused of with, nothing of that sort happened.
We didn't say anything like.
Yeah.
Okay.
I asked her why she cut the line. I said, why'd you cut the line?
What's the assault that we've got? Because he said that we touched somebody and we assaulted them. That's what the head of security said. And we did not put hands on anybody.
Again, I'm coming into this at the end here trying to sort it out and figure out all what's going on. Okay? Not trying to accuse anybody of anything, but I'm merely going off of what I'm told.
I'm glad you didn't even say the words and stuff, but that other guy, the way he approached us was just not, it was not.
As the officer verified what had happened earlier, he got into a nice conversation with them, trying to ease the tension that had built up.
What's this caution hot moms or wet moms thing?
It's just merch. You like it?
Yeah.
I need to get you a shirt, man.
Yeah.
Damn, I wish I had an extra shirt.
You want this shirt?
Loaf.
You want this
won't
shirt?
fit me, man.
Just hit
That's
the gym
just
a
your
little
site,
bit. I
or
got a
what?
good gym program you can hit too.
I'm good, man.
In
Thanks.
2 weeks, you'll look just like me.
2 weeks, yeah.
I promise you. It's
Okay.
certified.
I'm not sure about that.
He was gonna give us a free pass for the inconvenience.
Yeah, that's what he said. I was like, it's not an inconvenience. It's literally like a big deal. You don't accuse someone. Because like, look at where this led us. Like they called you guys and
You
like.
could have been off doing something
Yeah,
better. You know?
yeah.
Actually,
You got more important to
Let me
do,
talk
right?
to this gentleman here for a second. You guys.
he wasn't even there. I don't even
Yeah.
know what he.
He's relaying information. All right, just be patient.
Shortly after, another officer came onto the scene, and they eventually discovered that Lofe and his friends had done nothing wrong.
You guys are being detained for an investigation right now. Simple as that. Okay, so Valley Fair needs to do their thing, whatever they want to do with them, and then they're good. There's nothing criminal for us, so do your thing, whatever you need
Hey,
to do.
I want a 1-year pass. I want a 1-year free pass, bro. I want a 1-year free pass on everything I love, on baby. Y'all not finna false accuse us of sexual assault, and then we're not getting a free pass. Fuck, bro. I had to call my lawyer over this shit. I'm pissed off.
So who are you mad at?
I'm mad at them. Not y'all. Y'all doing your job. Which I'm mad at security.
Sure.
I was
We
just
see
in
this.
jail, man. So I wasn't trying to go back.
And we're not, like I said, that's why we were hanging out, waiting to figure out what happened, and we don't put people in jail that don't deserve to go to jail.
You're a good guy.
So we have to chat.
Can I give you a hug?
No, man.
This is my homie right here.
676,000 subscribers.
I gotta get you a shirt, bro.
I'm just starting up, so I didn't want to.
Bro, you need to stop talking.
The cops ended up saving them from the false accusation, leaving the security team no choice but to hide. Despite everything, they proceeded to trespass them from their park. Meanwhile, the YouTubers got some nice pictures clicked with the friendly officers.
Add it to the list, man. I don't care about being trespassed, bro. I'm not coming back here.
Yeah, so
This has the worst
fast
customer service and security I've ever seen.
Appreciate you for really doing your job. You're fair on both sides. It's bigger than black and white, so I understand that you are aware of that.
Yeah. We have a. I don't know what that means.
It's bigger than black and white.
Bigger than black and white. I'll give you knuckles. I don't know.
Oh, you can just do that then.
Yeah, just fist. There you go.
Bigger than black and white.
He doesn't think so, though.
Well, do you guys have paperwork for him, or what do you guys
we
want
got
to do? Oh, so we're just gonna print something out for you. It's just gonna be the trespass form.
He's like snobby. He's like smirking in the corner, like we got him. That's how the whole security staff seemed here. They seemed on a power trip. They seemed like they wanted to be you guys. Like they seem like the guys that didn't pass the police academy.
I can't speak for them, but
like you know that failed the police academy.
Reserved.
Hell yeah.
Bigger than black and white, guys.
All right, yeah, absolutely. And I got a paperwork for you. Trespass for a year.
All right, add it to the list.
For a year. Trespass for a year.
All right, guys.
For us, guys?
Nah, that's it for me. Nothing criminal.
Nothing criminal?
Appreciate you guys. I told you security, whatever his name was.
The officers de-escalated the situation brilliantly and made sure that they weren't criminally charged for something they never did. The park, however, still gave them a 1-year trespass. The YouTuber exited the park and went on with his day. The officers taught the security a lesson, but this time police officers corrected their sergeant on his misconduct.
I do not have to identify myself. I am done talking.
You arrested me.
On December 4th, 2021, 3 First Amendment auditors were filming the streets of Miami when they noticed a police car parked illegally on the road. As one auditor approached him, he saw the officer was sitting inside using his mobile phone. He proceeded to get away and used his flashlight on him to get his attention. However, suddenly the officer got increasingly confrontational with him.
He doesn't realize that I'm there. He's just sitting there texting.
You doing all right? You doing okay?
I'm working.
You're working?
Why would I be okay?
Okay.
Why would you flash your light at my face?
Huh?
Why would you flash your light at my face?
Oh, 'cause I was trying to see if you were okay.
You're harassing me. I'm here in my car. Why would I be okay?
Why don't you?
Why are you harassing me?
I'm not harassing you.
So what are you doing over here?
I'm checking to see if you're okay.
Don't come play no games with me, but I know about you guys. Don't play no games with me.
You what?
You are harassing me. Don't come harassing me, sir.
I'm not harassing you.
It was a sergeant sitting inside the police cruiser, and he got angry at the auditor for using his flashlight on him. Therefore, he started to escalate the matter.
I was asking.
Don't come harassing me.
Pardon?
Don't come over here harassing me.
I'm not harassing you.
Where do you live at, sir?
Where do you live at? What a punk. Yeah, he's trying to say I'm harassing him. It's a guy. It's an old white dude. We got flashlights too. Really? Really? I can play the flashlight game too, bro. I'll just come over here then. You dude.
Shortly after, the sergeant decided to step out of his vehicle and confront the auditor, demanding his ID.
What?
Where's your ID?
I'm not harassing you.
You're harassing me.
How am I harassing
I'm
you?
going to show you right now.
How am I harassing you?
11:30. You're going to find out.
How am I harassing you?
You're shining your light on a police car.
You were I was asking if you were okay.
Why would you ask me that? I'm a police officer. Why you asking if I'm okay? Do I need you?
Am I not allowed to ask if the police are okay?
Why you asking if I'm okay? 11:30. You're going to find out. Can you send me a couple of units here at the Coastal Park on 6-1?
Am I not allowed to ask if a police officer's okay?
You're going to find out.
I'm going to find out?
Yeah, you're going to find out. Yeah.
What does that mean?
You're harassing me.
I'm not harassing you.
Yes, you are. Yes, can you send me some units over here, please?
The sergeant went to call for backup, persisting in making matters difficult for the auditor, who had not violated any laws or attempted to harass him in any way.
Literally asked if you were okay.
You gotta find out. You're flashing your light in my car. You're harassing me. Is that something normal people do? Go up to people's car and flash lights in their car?
I was asking if you were okay.
Is that normal people things do?
I was asking if you were okay.
Hey, where you guys live? Let me see your IDs.
No.
Let me see your IDs.
I don't have my ID on me.
Okay, you need to get out of here then.
Okay.
You have ID. You have to be in the streets of Florida.
If we're free
okay?
to go, if
you have to have an ID to be on the street.
Yes, you do. You need to ID yourself.
No,
okay.
Unless we committed a crime.
Be quiet.
No, not at all.
Okay.
You have to have ID.
What's your name and
I don't
background?
have ID on me.
Okay.
Sergeant Jack, what's your
You
number? What's your ID
You're gonna
number?
find out real soon.
What's your ID number?
When my units get here, you're gonna find out real soon.
What's your ID number?
You're gonna find out real soon. My units.
Look what you're doing to this house right here.
Why you care? Where you live at?
What do you mean?
Where do you live at?
Doesn't matter.
Where do you live at?
Doesn't
It
matter.
does matter.
No, it doesn't.
Well, you're in the neighborhood harassing the police officer.
No.
I'm not
It does
harassing.
matter.
I
It does
literally was
matter.
asking if you were
You're gonna
okay.
find
You're the one that
You're gonna find
escalated
out.
this.
You're gonna find out.
The officer continued to threaten the individuals who had not done anything wrong. Moreover, he had no right to demand their ID, as he had no reasonable articulable suspicion against them. But once again, the corrupt sergeant didn't seem to care about the law.
I say
I literally. Okay, yeah,
can't
you say.
flash your
I
light in my
asked if
car.
you were okay.
You are harassing me.
What did I ask you?
You're
I asked
harassing
if you
me.
were okay.
Okay, you're gonna find out. You're harassing me.
I literally asked if you were okay.
Where's your ID at? Okay, where's your ID at? Because you're so smart. Where's your ID at?
Huh? I don't have
Where's
my
your
ID.
ID at?
I don't have it on
I
me.
need all your IDs now. I need to check you out right now. I need your ID, sir. I need your ID right now. Give me your ID. Give me your ID. I need identification.
Literally. Okay, real quick. Can I talk to you real quick? I asked
Give me
him.
your ID.
I don't have my ID on
Okay,
me.
you have to have ID to be on the street as an adult. Okay?
No, not to
if
be on
you
the
know so much you're
streets.
recording, you should know that. Okay.
Not to be on the streets. It's only for driving.
Right here. We need to run these guys back down.
What crime am I being
Okay,
suspected
put your
of?
phones down. You're getting investigated right now.
Okay.
They came here harassing.
Okay. Shortly, a couple of officers arrived on the scene, and even they seemed shocked to see the situation at hand. That's when one of the auditors explained the entire situation to the arriving officer.
Can I talk to you, please? This guy is like freaking out. Okay, listen, I asked him if he was okay. I was walking around. I noticed he's been sitting here for a while. I didn't know if sometimes people fall asleep. I wanted to make sure he was okay.
But I wasn't sleeping.
All I did was turn my flashlight on because I was
Came
looking.
in my car,
And he's like,
flashing my light.
"Why are you
You're
harassing me?" I
harassing
said, "Are you okay?" And he was
Harassing
like,
me.
"What are you doing?" I was like, "Are you okay? I'm just
Are
checking
you
to see if you're
running
okay." And he
back
starts
now?
freaking out on us. He says, "You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out. You're gonna find out." Starts threatening us. Literally just checking to make sure everything was okay.
The sergeant wasn't only limited to him, as he continued to intimidate the other auditors as well.
There's a cross over there. I was
I hope so. I don't know. This guy is escalating it, man. Yeah.
Give me 1 second, okay?
Yep.
I'm on the sidewalk filming you, sir. I don't have a flashlight, sir. I didn't break a law. I didn't break a law. I didn't break a law, sir. No, I didn't. I'm on a public sidewalk filming. No.
You're harassing me.
No.
I need your ID.
Filming a public official is not harassment. Sir.
Bro, literally, like, what is this? Can I talk?
I don't have a flashlight, sir. What are you talking about? I don't have a flashlight.
Your friends were
I don't have. I have nothing to do with him.
Okay.
I'm my own person. What?
Take your camera off my face.
Step back.
Sergeant Jack, they know who I am.
I don't care who
Everybody in the
Stop harassing me.
I'm not harassing you.
You came here flashing in my car.
I did not do that, sir. I have everything on camera.
Well, as the auditor was calmly explaining the situation to one of the officers who had arrived earlier, the sergeant intervened once again, launching into a painful rant.
Do I go up to people's cars and flash my light in their cars for no reason?
Yeah, you do probably.
No, I don't. Not for no reason. If I get sent there.
Okay, you don't
guys are not
ever
police
walk
officers.
around.
Who are you to come to my
You
car
literally
and
just
arrest
shone
me?
a flashlight
You're
into
not a
these
police
people's
officer.
houses.
You're
What
not
are
a
you
police
talking
officer.
about?
Who are you to come to my car, flashing light in my car?
Is it illegal to fucking walk around with a flashlight?
Who are you to do that? You're not a police officer.
I'm
You're
a
regular
concerned citizen.
Okay, and I'm working.
Okay,
I'm working.
and I was checking to make sure you are okay.
You don't even
So
live
why
here,
don't you
man.
calm down with the
You don't
attitude?
even live
Because
here.
I've been polite with you.
You don't even live here.
You don't even
You
know
don't even
that.
live here.
You don't even know that.
Identify yourself then. Where you live at? Where's your
I don't
ID?
have to identify myself.
Where's your ID at?
901.151
Where's your
states
ID
I do not have to
Where's your
identify
ID at?
myself. I am done talking to
You
you.
harassing me.
Go 10-8, dude.
You're arresting
Go
me.
10-8.
Every other officer on the scene realized that the sergeant was wrong, and they proceeded to escort him out of the scene. It's truly a pity seeing a sergeant getting corrected by his juniors.
I am done
You're
with
harassing
you.
me.
You need to go 10-8, man.
I know that. I know who they are. I know exactly.
You don't
who
know.
are.
You
You're
have no
harassing
idea
me.
who
Came
I
up to
am.
my car, putting your light in my car.
I was
That's
standing right
harassment.
there on the sidewalk, so good luck, bro.
That's a lie. This guy
I was
right
standing
in
right
front
there
of
on the
my car.
sidewalk.
Right in front of my car.
Really? I got body
Right in
camera and
front of my
everything.
car. Right in front of my car. That's where you
You're
were.
a punk, dude. You give police officers a bad name, dude. You're
Really?
a punk.
Because
Yes.
you're antagonizing me? I
No,
give him a
because
bad
you're
name?
antagonizing. You're the one that freaking set off on
You
us, dude.
came here to bother me in my job.
That's ridiculous.
I'm
bro.
working. Why are you here?
Because you've been sitting
Why
here
are
for
you
a
here?
while.
First Amendment
You've been
right.
sitting here for a while, and I wanted to make
Why
sure
are
you
you
were
here?
okay.
He's not though.
Why are you here?
Officer safety. I was trying to make sure you were okay.
You have nothing better to do.
It's our First Amendment
That's
right
why
to
you're here.
record you in
You
your
have nothing
duties.
better to do.
First Amendment
That's why you
right
got
to
me.
record you in
You
your
have
duties.
nothing better to do.
First Amendment right to record you in your duties.
No, you're not.
No? Okay.
Realizing they had been hard done by the Segrean, the officer tried to talk to with the auditors and reassured them that they were not breaking any laws, accepting that the tyrant sergeant was a mistake.
I'm Officer Sandoval. I'm advising you. I never caught your name. I know you don't want to identify yourself. You were not detained. You can walk off at any point.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Hey, by the way, hey, sir. Thank you very much for your professionalism, man. I'll give you a fist bump, man. Holy crap.
Yo, this officer.
What a
Sergeant is very
punk.
unprofessional. Sergeant Jack, Miami Police Department. Very unprofessional. He calls all these.
That was ridiculous, man.
1, 2, 3, 4 units.
Absolutely ridiculous.
At all.
Yo, let's go. We're not being detained. They just said that. We're not being detained. You got 214-204. You got 213-232.
Soon after, all of the officers, including the sergeant, left the area, realizing that he could no longer intimidate the auditors.
Sergeant Jack, Miami Police Department.
Oh no, look, we're making them actually have to go and do work.
Bro, this guy should be fired. What, you're gonna run him over?
I don't know.
Hey, it's really nice because pedestrians have right-of-way at crosswalks. Fuck tyrant.
The sergeant was taught a great lesson by his juniors, as they refused to violate the rights of these auditors as he had intended. And certainly, this is not the last time a police officer was shown his place by his colleague.
Let's go and remove him from the situation, right?
All right.
Okay, so moving forward, how can we do something for you here?
On January 13, 2022, First Amendment auditor and YouTuber Free Press NC decided to conduct a First Amendment audit of Burlington Police Station. However, just as he was recording the parking lot, Officer Delgado approached him.
Tires are mostly in good shape. Can't tell entirely, but they're, generally speaking, they seem to be good tires. Hi! What are you doing? Just checking out my employees. What's up? What's your name and badge number?
Delgado.
Delgado, you have a badge number?
I don't.
Okay.
What's your name?
I'm not gonna give that.
So what are you doing?
Just checking on the Burlington employees and seeing if you guys are doing a great job.
About
If you're keeping, yeah.
through the cars?
Yeah, I want to make sure you're keeping the officers safe with like good tires and you're not leaving out.
Soon after, another officer came onto the scene and started getting aggressive with the auditor, alleging that he was trespassing.
What's that?
You come speak with us.
You said I need to?
Yes, sir. You're actually trespassing unless you actually have something.
You want me to or I need to? It's hard.
Do you have any business back here? This is only police personnel only.
Yeah, you said I need to, so I was asking, do you want me to come talk to her or do I have to? Am I being detained?
Yes, sir. At this point, yes, sir.
Okay, for suspicion of what crime?
Okay, you're walking around taking pictures of police cars and so forth. You don't have any business here.
Is that
at the police
illegal?
department.
Is that illegal?
Well, taking pictures and videos of a police parking lot is not illegal as it is a public place. However, it was apparent that the officers had no understanding of the law.
And your name, badge number?
I don't have a badge number. Sergeant Marsh.
Sergeant Marsh, okay. So you said I'm detained. And I said suspicion of what crime?
What are you doing back here?
Suspicion of what crime? What's your RAS?
Asking you a question. You need to leave, sir.
What crime have I committed?
You need to leave.
If you'd like to stand on the sidewalk and do
He
what
told
it
me
is
I
you're
have to
doing.
come here and I'm detained.
I
So
didn't say that. I didn't say that.
you said we need you to come here and you said I'm
I need to talk to
detained.
you. So I need to talk to you. If you want to go over there, take on the sidewalk, take pictures, you're more than welcome, but you can't be back here.
So the sign that says public entrance is not a public entrance?
If you have business here.
Yeah.
Do you have business here?
Am I required to answer that question?
Okay, sir. At this point, you're being asked if you want to go over and take pictures.
I know I'm being
and all
asked
that.
because you don't want to infringe on my rights, which is why you've not ordered me to, but you still have me detained. Are you going to undetain me or am I still detained?
You're not detained.
Okay.
You're more than free, but you
I can do what I want. Thanks. It's a public.
Sir, you can go on the sidewalk. sidewalk and take pictures.
You have to stay on the sidewalk.
Where's the sign that says it's authorized personnel only? There's actually a sign in here that says public parking right here.
The sergeant became increasingly agitated with the auditor, unnecessarily making the situation more difficult when he could have easily de-escalated. That's when the auditor requested a supervisor to assist.
Tell me I'm detained in a public parking lot with no signs, that's bull. Back off.
Well, sir, you need to understand.
I don't need to do. You detain me for nothing.
Sir, you need to leave the parking lot.
Give me your supervisor.
I am the supervisor.
Give me your supervisor, the LT. This is bull.
Adam, one of them.
Notice I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm not talking to either of you guys this way. I'm talking to him this way.
I understand.
You have no signs that say no trespassing, and it freaking says public entrance. You cannot detain me for videotaping.
I didn't
Why were
detain
you
you.
all in that car?
I wasn't in a car. If you find evidence of me being in a car, then bring me in and Raz and detain me and we'll talk.
And that's why we started speaking with you, because of that.
You can't detain me to figure out if I committed a crime. You're a freaking sergeant.
Yes, sir. We can.
No, you cannot.
The auditor claimed that the sergeant had no reasonable articulable suspicion to detain him, and he was right too. He then declined to provide his ID when asked by the sergeant.
I asked him what he suspected me of, and he said filming.
So I seen you and I called my sergeant.
And that's why I got out.
But that's what you need to articulate. You didn't do that until now. He was telling me that I was suspicious because I was filming around vehicles, but he doesn't get to detain me because I'm filming. I don't care how suspicious it looks. You will not get my name. I am not trespassing, and I will not leave. You know, if you guys have signs up that says this is a trespassed area, authorized personnel only, you got gates up, of course I can't come in.
Well, usually
he's making up laws.
Like I was saying, usually it is. We only allow police cars and people back here, but due to the front lobby, people do come, public citizens.
Right.
They do come back.
Which is why I'm here.
Finally, the moment of truth came for the evil sergeant, as the lieutenant arrived on the scene and very calmly de-escalated the entire situation.
What's going on, man?
Howdy.
How are you?
I was doing pretty good.
Okay.
Till I met the sergeant. These two folks are incredibly professional.
Good enough.
He hasn't escalated a single thing. She said she had razzed me breaking into a freaking car. She was very polite at first. Once he escalated, she jumped on the bandwagon. But generally, they've been good.
Okay.
He is a train wreck. How you just treated me was a train wreck. I should say that. I don't know you, Sergeant Marsh, so I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. All right?
Basically, I was told by Officer Delgado that he was actually looking at vehicles, possibly breaking into cars. That's why he's here.
He didn't tell me that. He didn't say that's his razz. I said, you got razz, detain me. And he said, you were filming, walking around cars. So
Let's go and remove him from the situation, right?
Okay. All right.
Okay, so moving forward, how can we do something for you here? You can
Allow me to
film
go
all
by
you want in
visit.
the back lot.
Thank
you. Know
you.
what I mean? If you need paperwork, tell me what you need. We'll
All
try
right.
to get it for you. They're going to close pretty soon.
Understood. Yep.
You know what I mean?
I'm good to go. I'm just here to quietly exercise my rights and not be impeded.
Okay.
And not be detained. We good?
More power to you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lieutenant.
Yes, sir.
Take care.
You're safe.
Peace. Keep it up, bro.
This cop got an earful from his sergeant, but this next tyrant had to be arrested by his fellow officer.
Hey, what's up, man? I'm alright. How are you? Got my backup weapon on me. Huh? I got my backup weapon on me. Okay. I was going too fast. I got you. What's your name? Thompson. Thompson. Yeah, I know, buddy. Davis, the reason I stopped you, man, stopped you at 90. Yeah. Using a laser. Where you come from tonight, man? My wife's parents. Your wife's parents? Alright, but I want to ask you a straight question. What'd you have to drink this evening, Davis? Not a damn thing. Not a thing at all? Nothing. No. Here, do me a favor. Look at me. I'm just gonna move my finger outside. You know what I'm doing. Check it. Move your eye. Like, I smell something coming off of it.
The deputy recognized Davis as he was an officer with the Gainesville Police Department. After being pulled over, Davis threatened the deputy, saying he had a backup gun with him.
I hate to be in this situation, but I gotta check, man. You know where I'm coming from.
I'm not driving.
Well, I just know.
I'm not drinking.
Okay.
I dropped her off. I'm going home. I'm not drinking. I promise, man.
Well, David, you got any medical conditions?
No, sir.
Taking medication?
No, sir.
So we're going to have to contact.
No, sir.
All right, look. I'm going to go ahead and do, like I said, you know what we're going to do, so I'm going to just check real fast. Your face towards me?
I don't want to do HCM, man. I'll do any other test. I just don't do
Okay, so, David, I can smell alcohol coming off your breath.
I get you, man. Look,
okay.
Is my wedding tonight?
Okay.
Thompson. Thompson.
David,
Thompson.
buddy, you're tying my hands.
I will do the just Friday test. I'm just telling you, I have not been drinking.
But I can smell alcohol coming off your breath.
My wife's been drinking, man.
Okay, but
I just dropped her off.
I understand that, but like, I understand, but
When questioned about whether he had consumed any alcohol, he adamantly denied it. However, when the officer mentioned detecting alcohol on his breath, Davis shifted blame, claiming it was his wife who had been drinking. Despite this, he continued to refuse to take the breathalyzer test.
you know how it goes, the social safety thing.
I get you, man.
And I know why you won't do HGN, because you know it's the one that's scientific out of the three of them.
I get
You haven't been drinking, why don't you want to do it?
Because I'm just telling you, I just want to go, man. Please, just let me get on my way. Thompson, please.
You're tying my hands pretty hard here, buddy.
I'm not tying your hands, man. I'll do any test you want. I'm telling you, I haven't been drinking. I just want to get on my way.
Okay, then, like I said, you just said you didn't want to do HGN. But if you haven't been drinking, there's no reason not to do HGN, and you know that. You and I both know that.
I realize
I know that, but I'm asking you, buddy, are you willing to do HGN or not? It's up to you. Okay. That's all I want to do with you real fast. Face towards me. You know how it goes? Put your feet together for me. Legs straight, arms down by your side, straight ahead at me.
Just as the deputy was about to start the HGN evaluation, Davis started yelling his name. As soon as the officer warned Davis about his increasingly aggressive behavior, Davis promptly lowered his voice and started talking normally again.
Face towards me again. Put your feet together for me.
We did the walking turn, man.
Well, you know.
Come on,
Davis. Face towards me. You know how the Davis.
Come on.
Davis. You're starting. You are literally yelling at me on the side of the road. You're starting to be belligerent. You need to calm down.
Okay. It's been rough now.
I understand that, but you know where I'm coming from.
Come on.
All right. Feet together, legs straight, arms down by your side, look straight ahead at me. All right. Like I said, you side to side, follow your eyes only. Don't move your head. Focus on for me again.
When Davis first tried to talk Thompson out of being arrested, he talked very politely and maintained a humble demeanor. However, his attitude quickly turned vicious when he saw his strategies wouldn't work anymore and started getting personal at Thompson.
Davis, we're going to see if we'll do an OR for you. I know you are, and you're also intoxicated.
You know, Molly. Yes or no? You think it's ethical to live with a married woman? BDSM, that ethical with a married woman? Just a question, man. I'm just asking.
Davis.
Yes or no, man? You know Molly Ross? Well, yes or no? That's a question.
Davis, I've been cordial with you. Please be cordial with me.
You had sex with Molly?
Be cordial with me, Davis.
I'm just asking a question.
And I'm asking you to be cordial.
Why don't you say no if the answer's no? Do you know Molly?
Instead of owning up to his mistakes and acting like a responsible adult, Davis switched to attacking Deputy Thompson, asking him personal questions.
Have you ever slept with her? Mr. Thompson, I'm asking you a question.
Davis.
Sir.
Davis.
Sir.
Money.
I'm on. You ever slept with her? Yes. Yes or no, sir?
Davis.
Yes or no, sir?
Davis.
Mr. Thompson, I'm asking you a question.
Davis.
Have you ever had sexual intercourse with her? Answer the question. Answer the question. Mr. Thompson, I'm asking you a question. Have you ever had sex with Molly Ross? Is that a yes or a no? Have you ever used your handcuffs on her, sir? Have you ever slept with her while you were on duty?
It takes remarkable strength to overlook comments about one's personal life. This officer exemplifies the utmost standards of ethics and professionalism, maintaining composure regardless of Davis's attempts to provoke him.
Have you ever slept with a married woman named Molly Ross? I believe your back license is long. I don't know if you believe those on or not. Thank you. So, beautiful kids. You know? You ever met them?
Davis kept asking to have a separate chemical test performed on him and changed his statements from consuming no alcohol to consuming 2 beers.
It's really bothering me. No one ethical, no one professional. DRE doesn't take me to jail for drinking a beer. But he just makes highly of body sexual activity for very long. Two children. I just don't understand it. I would like to speak to the sheriff of Darrell County, let him know that I'm very uncomfortable with the way his deputy conducts business. She's the only married woman you've ever worked with, Mr. Dunlop? Is there more? You can answer this question.
He kept saying that even though he would submit to the state's chemical test if it was required, he was not doing it freely or voluntarily.
I would also like my own independent test. I hope you know that. It's a very simple request. I don't understand why you're not answering me. I just want to prove my innocence. Mr. Thompson, you're following that car too closely. 46-1. Luke 48. Please drive safely. I don't want to get hurt.
Later on, Davis agreed to take the breathalyzer test and consented to undergo it. However, he clarified that he was just doing what the state required him to do by law and not because of his own will.
I just don't understand what's going on right now.
After being taken to jail, Davis provided a sufficient sample for the Intoxilyzer 9000, which produced a blood alcohol concentration of 0.144%. This reading aligned closely with the early reportable breath test result of 0.142%.
Independent chemical test as well? Yes, sir. Okay. We're going to do that here right after this. You said you want to go to Habersham?
Yeah, Habersham, absolutely. Actually, I don't know. I really prefer Blake. Okay, my preference. Is that okay?
We'll see what it's at.
If it's not okay, I'll do Habersham, but I really prefer that. Mr. Thompson, I'm a little confused though. Have you ever slept with a married woman? Same Molly Brown? Is this test voluntary or am I required? I'm a little. If I'm required to do it, I'll do it. Like, I don't want to not do something I'm required to do. But if I'm not required to do it, I'll do it on this one. Given that
Davis was charged with DUI and immediately resigned the next day while entering the plea of no contest to the allegation of reckless driving. On November 11th, State Court Judge Roberts sentenced the defendant to a 1.5 years of probation and a fine of $1,147.
You can speak to him. Okay. Yeah, but you'll be in handcuffs and it'll be at the jail.
In January 2017, First Amendment auditor Philip Turner, who is famously known for his YouTube channel, the Batusai came upon several Comal County deputies making an arrest. Immediately, he pulled out his camera and started filming the encounter.
What's that?
Can you go stand back over where you were for me, sir?
There's something wrong with being here?
Yes, sir, there is.
What's
I don't want you to be in direct line with that vehicle. I'd like for you to go back to where you were standing. You can continue filming all you'd like, but I don't want you right here.
Am I interfering?
Well, technically, now you're starting to pose into somebody else's private property. With your videoing, yes, sir.
As expected, police officers just don't like being filmed, and just a minute later, one of the deputies came over and asked the auditor to stop filming. However, he had no idea he was up against someone who knew the law more than the cops.
Hey, did they give you permission to film inside their truck?
I don't need permission out in public.
In public?
I don't need permission.
In somebody's vehicle?
I don't need permission out in public.
No, not to film us, you're correct. But to film inside somebody's vehicle, that's an extension of their house, and that is a private place. So you do need somebody's permission to film inside their vehicle.
But is that a crime?
If they decide it is, yes.
Who's they?
The two we got in the back of our cars. If they don't want you filming or you didn't get permission from them, you can't be filming inside their cars.
Well, you guys got the door open.
Look, all I'm asking you to do is go stand back over where you were.
Even if I was back there, I could still see inside the car.
Okay, so go stand back over there. It's simple as that. Because right now that I'm having to come over here and ask you to move again, now you're interfering with our investigation. Because instead of me being able to focus over here, I got to focus on you. So if you could just go stand over there, I can call a supervisor if you'd like to speak to a supervisor.
Yeah, go ahead and call a supervisor.
You can make any complaints you like, but all I'm asking you to do is go stand back over there where you were.
Just go ahead and call a supervisor.
Okay, do me a favor and go stand back over there for me, all right, buddy?
I don't see what's wrong being here.
Turner stood his ground and refused to be bullied by the deputy who was trying to intimidate him into leaving them alone.
Stand back where you were. There was not an issue where you were standing. Now there's an issue where you're at.
Because I'm filming inside the truck, right?
Yes, sir. You can film us all you want. We don't care. We want you to do it from a safe distance. So if you could go back to where you were, that'd be greatly appreciated.
All right. If the issue is with me filming here inside the truck, I won't film inside the truck.
If you could go stand back where you were, please. Go and contact your sergeant. There's not an issue with you filming us. There's an issue with you getting any closer to the scene.
I'm not getting any closer than here.
Okay. Do not move from here. All right. Any closer from here, we're gonna have any more issues. Okay.
I already told you I'm not moving from here, and that's it.
Thank you. I encourage you to film. Thank you.
Realizing that the auditor was technically correct, the deputy decided to retreat. However, it was not long before he returned and claimed that a supervisor was on the way.
So the sergeant's here. He said he'll be over here to talk to you in just a little bit, okay?
What's up?
Our sergeant? Okay. He's going to be over here to talk to you in just a little bit. He's here. He's actually...
All right. You got a business card or anything?
A business card?
Yeah.
Not on me. I can get you one out of my car in a little bit.
All right, cool.
You need my name, badge number? What do you need?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna. That's what I was gonna need, but I can't hear over the highway noise.
Okay, so you need all of our badge numbers, or
just yours? And I guess if the supervisor needs to speak with me, I'll talk to him.
Oh, he doesn't need to speak to you. I thought you wanted to speak to him.
Yeah, I'll talk to him.
I mean, if you don't need to speak to him, then I'll tell him not to waste his time.
No, he's already here, so I'm not gonna waste his time. He already showed over here, so I'll talk to him briefly.
Okay. And like I said, he'll be more than happy to give you anybody's name or badge number that's here.
Okay.
And if you need business cards or anything like that, you give us a little bit, we'll be able to get some business cards too if you'd like.
No, just yours, that's it.
Okay. I can get you one.
Okay.
All right, hang tight for me.
However, suddenly the deputy had a change of thought as he returned back and started asking for ID. Turner, knowing his constitutional rights, refused to give in.
Do you have your information? Your driver's license?
What's that?
Do you have your driver's license or name, date, birth?
For what?
Because now you're a witness to this crime that we're doing.
What crime is that?
The crime that we got these people in the back of these cars for.
I don't know what crime they committed.
You don't have to know.
But how do I know what they did, though? I don't know what they did.
Okay, they broke the law. They're in possession of narcotics. That's why they're in the back of our cars.
Okay, now you're telling me that, okay?
Yeah. So, do you have your name and date of birth?
No.
Or driver's license?
No.
So So you're going to refuse to be listed as a witness since you sat here and videotaped the entire scene?
If you need a copy of the video, I can give you a copy of the video.
Well, yeah, but we're also going to need to identify you in our report that you were here videoing, so when we come to get a copy of that video, we can get that.
All right, let me talk to your supervisor.
Shortly after, the deputy was joined in by another officer who appeared even more intimidating and started threatening the auditor with arrest.
He said that he won't want to give us his name or date of birth until he talks to our supervisor. So.
And you're probably going to end up going to jail because right now you're witnessing a crime.
Well, I asked to talk to a supervisor. He's here, so why can't I speak with him?
Because you're refusing to give your information, you'll be going to jail for failure to identify as you're a witness to a crime.
So I need to give you my ID to speak to your supervisor? Is that what you're telling me?
No.
Okay, I need to speak to your supervisor.
Why do you need to speak to the supervisor?
Because I requested to speak to him.
That?
Because I requested to speak to him and he's here.
Okay. So what's your point?
He's here, I need to speak with him.
You've got no part of the scene, right? But you want to speak to our supervisor?
You can speak to him.
Okay.
Yeah, but you'll be in handcuffs and it'll be at the jail. Is that what you want to do?
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Is that what you want to do?
I need to speak to your supervisor.
Realizing they lacked legal grounds for arrest, the officers resorted to fabricating excuses and even threatened the auditor with trespassing charges.
What aren't you understanding? You put yourself in this situation right here. You see that? You're on private property
Private
right now.
or public?
You're on private property right now.
Okay, what does that do with anything?
Do you have permission to be here?
Did the owner trespass me?
Well, this guy...
He doesn't want you here.
This guy actually did call and tell us he wanted you to leave.
That guy right there?
So...
What's his name?
So what's your point?
What's the guy's name that don't want me here?
So do you want to identify yourself so we can list you as a witness to this crime, or...?
I'm just asking a simple question. The guy that you just talked to, he doesn't want me here.
Yes.
So is he trespassing?
Would you like for me to go ask him to tell you to leave himself?
Do you already have that notice?
Yes, he told us when he came over here and gave me his business
Then why
card.
do you have to go ask him then?
If you would like for him to tell you himself.
He can tell me whatever he needs to do. If he needs to tell me to leave, I'll leave. Simple as that. He needs to give me a warning before he can trespass me.
Turner was not being intimidated by these corrupt officers, and he continued to film as he waited for their supervisor to arrive. Shortly after, the supervisor did arrive, and he explained the entire incident.
Do you mind if I go on your property and talk to him, or...?
He's on his property,
hang out here?
He can hang out if
Oh,
he
no,
wants.
no,
Just like you can hang out, he can hang out.
No, I was asking if we can go over there because of the road noise. I'm not able to hear you.
Oh, well, we're leaving here in a minute anyway.
Okay.
So what's up?
All right, so before I leave here, I just need to get his badge number and his or his business card, whatever the case may be.
It's Deputy Camercelli. 315 is my badge number.
Okay. All right. So my only problem is I was just here. This is what I do. I film what public officials do on public property. I'm a journalist. I gather content for stories.
That's cool.
But this officer here was telling me that I had to move back over there. I couldn't stand over there, and I was asking him why. He told me that I wasn't allowed to film inside the vehicle here. But
I mean, that's their privacy too. We got to get their consent to go in, so it makes it any different for you.
Well, that's to go in.
Yeah.
But I'm not going in. I'm just observing. That's kind of like equivalent to this is his property, but I can't film it because it's on his property. You know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense, and it's not against the law.
Okay.
So he needs to get educated on that because that's clearly not the case. Okay. Now, am I currently being detained here, or am I free to go?
You're free to go, man. I'm here. I came all the way from Canyon Lake to talk to you.
The supervisor clearly had more knowledge of the law than his deputy, and he practically had no problem with the auditor filming the cops. However, just like his deputies, the sergeant also turned on him and started to demand his ID.
You spoke to the sergeant, so I need to get your name and date of birth. So
I can give you a copy of the vehicle. I can give you a copy of the video.
I don't need a copy of the vehicle.
I can give you a business card.
I need your identifying information so I can list you in the report as a witness.
Yeah, you're a witness.
Right now, you're failing to ID as a witness to a crime.
What crime?
Hey, what's your first name, man? I know what's your first name, sir?
I'll give you my first name. It's Philip.
Philip.
Yes, I'll give you that.
Best case scenario, that female and that male says that we did something against the law. 8 cops against one person, right? So you know who I would want? I would want the guy who's not even involved in this to be my witness. That's how it works.
Like I said, this is what I do.
No, that's how it works. That's what we're trying to explain to you.
So they need me as a witness?
You're part of any type of information that anybody that comes. We're gonna have to ID him because he's in our cameras now.
Yep.
Turner remained calm and refused to ID himself, as he knew that he isn't legally obliged to. However, just then, the previous deputy made an absurd statement that further proved his lack of understanding as a law enforcement officer.
See you standing here, and they're gonna be like, "Well, who's this guy? Did he have anything to do with the scene? Well, why didn't you identify him?" So that's what I'm trying to get at.
Where'd you come from?
That's not relevant.
It's not relevant?
No, it's not.
So you just...
How do we know you didn't get out of this vehicle? Go behind and you're with them and you walked over.
Did you just really ask me that?
I don't...
Did I seriously just ask you that?
Is that a serious question?
Yeah, it actually is a serious question. Why would you randomly walk up to this and then fail to identify yourself?
I already told your supervisor what I do. I'm a journalist.
I really don't care what you do. It doesn't matter.
So, you have a question?
No, I'm just waiting on this business card and I'm out of here. That's it.
I gave you my name and badge number.
I asked for a business card. You said you were going to go get it.
We all don't have any, man.
Okay, what's your name and badge number?
My name is Cameron Jelly. My badge number is 315.
Okay, thank you. All right, now, like I said, I already told you.
It was really absurd as to why the deputies and the sergeant were making such a fuss about filming an incident from a safe distance. Particularly annoying was the deputy who kept on intimidating Turner despite him constantly ignoring him.
You gonna give him your name and date of birth or not?
I'm talking to your sergeant right now.
He's not talking to you. He's on the phone.
I'm not talking to you either. I'm talking to your sergeant.
It doesn't matter. Guess what? We both have the same job.
He's a higher rank than you.
One way or another.
He's a higher rank than you. That's why I speak. This is who I have to speak with. He's here, so that's who I'm speaking with.
That's great.
Okay.
But I made contact with you before he did.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
I'm not sure you're really versed in the law good enough in the fact that you're failing to ID. You will ID or you will not leave here.
I'm talking to your supervisor right now.
What'd you say your first name was again?
What?
What'd you say your first name was again? If you told him, I just forgot it. Because I would like to address you by first name.
You can address me by sir,
okay,
mister.
Just then, the sergeant pulled the auditor on the side and tried calming him down. It was evident that even the sergeant was not too happy with his deputies and didn't fully agree with their action.
You're not doing anything wrong, and but here's the deal. They got a point there. I mean, your worst case scenario is that your camera would be a part of evidence, but we're not going to go there because I have a camera. I have plenty of cameras going, so I don't need your camera. Now, if something were to happen to where, man, we get into a shooting or something or a fight and somebody gets hurt, then you know what? I'm taking your camera because that's the way. So you got to be careful with that in the future. Okay, when you're doing this, because
on that one, I'll tell you, there was a shooting on 6th Street that happened not too long ago, and I helped aided them catching the shooter.
And I have no problem with that. No. But that's what's called evidence. It's not that I want your camera because I want you to stop doing this. These guys are up to no good.
Technically, I didn't come up here. At the very beginning, I came here when they were sat on the curb right there, and they were being handcuffed. I didn't see anything come out the car. All I know is I saw a drug go around the car. A dog go around the car, and that was it. The next thing I know, I see them put things in brown bags, and that's it. I don't know what happened until that officer came over and told me they're being arrested for narcotics. I was like, oh, okay. But I mean, you can't, as a witness, you can't feed me that type of information. So then I wouldn't be a credible witness.
The sergeant understood the situation and figured out that there was no justification for demanding the auditor's ID, as he had not witnessed any crime being committed. That's when the sergeant let him go without seeing any ID.
Worst case scenario, if something were major, yeah, we would need as much as we could.
Okay.
I mean, so just be careful with when you get into whatever you're doing. I know this is not the first time; it's going to be the last time.
Oh no, I deal with this type of interaction all the time. This is not the type of interaction I would like to.
You're not
get myself
being detained. You're the only reason these guys.
I know that they want to get my information, but I'm telling you I didn't see anything, and I'm not going to lie and say I saw something that I didn't see. That's just point blank and period. I told you what I saw. I saw them put a case in a brown bag and some clothes in a brown bag. That's it. I didn't see any narcotics.
So you said Seth, Philip.
First name is Philip.
Man, it's been one of those days, man. Mm-hmm. So yeah, what's a good contact info for you?
I got a business card in the car, and I can give you that.
Just walk across when I pull off this side of the road.
Okay.
All right?
All right, thank you.
Man, be careful.
Well, that brings us to the end of this video. Today we saw cases where corrupt police officers were held accountable by their colleagues. These encounters highlighted significant shortcomings within the departments, showing that some officers should never have been part of the force. These cops were arrested, and I believe they should be removed from their departments as well. It's crucial for law enforcement agencies to ensure that only officers who uphold the law and respect citizens' rights remain on the force. If you agree with me, please consider showing your support by liking this video, and make sure to subscribe to stay informed about future cases like these. Also, if you enjoyed this video, check out the next video here.